bilirubin. Okay. So the way it works is you have a stem cell, okay? Stem cells can break down and make a bunch of different cells. But we're gonna talk about something called a common myeloid, I could write it down, that'd be sweet. Progenitor, okay? Common myeloid progenitor, so it's myeloid progenitor, okay? It makes this primary progenitor, which can break down, make like a bunch of white blood cells, bunch of other cells, but we're going to be worried about red blood cells right now, okay? Which are blood, okay? And so, what happens is you form this cell, and they have this this is like a side view of the red blood cell, kind of this concave shape to them to increase their surface area, and allow them to kind of fold and fit into small capillaries. But basically, you get two parts to it on the inside called the hemoglobin, which is used for what?
Oxygen storage.
Oxygen storage and carrying it, right? There's 4 of them, these hemoglobins, okay? So there's 2 parts, the heme and the globin part. Okay, so what is the heme made of? What do you think? It's an element. It's hard, like a metal. Iron, right? Iron makes up heme. And so if you don't have enough iron in your body, can you make a lot of red blood cells? If you have low iron? No, right? So you can actually, what's called anemia, like low blood, right? No blood means you can have an iron deficiency that leads to anemia because you can't form these hemoglobins. Does that make sense? And then this is just a bunch of proteins. Okay? And basically what happens is red blood cells live for about 90 days. So 3 months they're going to live. So this process is called hematopoiesis, like that. Think like that. Okay. So hemat means blood, right? Poiesis is like the forming of cells. And so we're making red blood cells here. And so hematopoiesis forms, and then this red blood cell, so this is hematopoiesis, making the common progenitor, making these, and then making red blood cells. Hematopoiesis forms, and then that red blood cell has 90 days to circulate and be used to carry oxygen and all that kind of stuff, right? And be good for blood. But then it dies, okay? It gets broken down and gets eaten up by a macrophage in the lymph system. Do you remember that? And the lymph nodes around the body, the vessels. So he's coming along, and eventually he's dead, and he's not working anymore, and a macrophage will see that, and he'll say, hey, you're dead, I'm going to go ahead and kill you because you're dead. And I'm going to actually just chew you up and then make you break down to materials. So then they come out this other end here, has 2 parts, just heme and globin. That's the 2 main parts of red blood cells, right? And some protein and stuff in there. Well, this guy can just leave and you can use the proteins to make something else. Well, the heme gets broken down into a few parts, and one of those parts is going to be bilirubin. Okay? Now, bilirubin is the stuff that has color to it, okay? It actually has a tint to it, and that's why people that have high bilirubin levels are like, they turn yellow and stuff like that. It actually makes your stools or your poop like that darker brown color and all that kind of stuff. And so people that have problems with bilirubin, they have like clay, gray, colored stools, no color to them, or they turn yellow and stuff like that. It's because they're not getting rid of bilirubin, okay? And so what happens is, once that happens, this is called unconjugated bilirubin. Right on? It's going to go to the liver, and in the liver, it comes out the hepatic portal system, all that stuff, and it comes out the other end, and it's going to come out as conjugated bilirubin. So it's going to conjugate the bilirubin, right? So if it conjugates it, it's now no longer unconjugated, and to be able to secrete it, it has to be conjugated, okay? So now you can go in your poop and change your poop that nice brown color it normally has, and stuff like that. I believe you can do it. I'm pretty sure you can pee it out too. But, so people that have liver problems, if you drink a lot and you get cirrhosis, which scars the liver, they're unable to conjugate bilirubin as much. So their lab values would be high unconjugated, low conjugated bilirubin, and then now they actually turn yellow, right? They have these clay-colored stools, and so they have those kind of things like that, and that's called jaundice. So jaundice is just simply high bilirubin levels. That makes sense? Yeah, that's it. Pretty simple, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's a little bit more detail to it, but that's pretty much it. So that's why the liver is important. That's why in class he talks about like babies who are born, sometimes their livers aren't fully developed and they get jaundice because they can't conjugate the bilirubin. Does that make sense? If they need it conjugated, conjugate it. Or if you have a hard time secreting bilirubin, you could be conjugating it but not getting rid of it. And so you'd have high conjugated but low unconjugated bilirubin.
Yeah.